Okay, so today we are obviously checking out the Thalys. Oh man, I am so excited to see how this does. Actually, I already know how it does, but I'm so excited to show how I built it, and I'm pretty sure it's good. There's probably something wrong with it, but it's good for me, and that's all that matters. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to go with the Incarnon stuff first because this is the Incarnon heavy scythe that we get from Isle Weaver, and it's been out for quite a while now. But yeah, so Evolution 1 is obvious because that gives it to everything. For Evolution 2, I could have gone for attack speed while sliding, which I don't really slide, so that doesn't really matter to me. And I could do on weapon status effect, gain more range, but you know, I'm not really a huge range guy either. Doesn't really matter to me. So I just went for more attack speed. For the third one, I could have gotten more combo count on shard damage, which that would have actually been insane, but I don't think I really need that. And then for every enemy hit by slide attack, once again, it's a slide attack. I'm just going to cut it off right there. I don't need it. So I went with 20 initial combo, which is going to help me get to Incarnon form faster. On top of that, I could have gone for ground finishers, which I don't care about those. And I could have gone for jump height and stuff, which I don't really care about that either. So I went with another thing that I have to only reach 3 times combo to get Incarnon form, which that is pretty damn good. And then finally, the middle one, heavy attacks detonate shards. Shards caught within the blast radius will also detonate. I'm not sure if I like that one or not, because I'm not much of a heavy attack person. I probably should do more heavy attacks, but it's fine. So you could also do this one. Shard duration is increased to 30 seconds. Shards become weak spots that have a critical chance or more critical chance when damaged and stuff like that. You could do that. And I didn't really notice a difference. I could be dumb, but to me, I just didn't notice a difference. So I'm going with this one where shards grow whenever a new shard is created up to 3 times. Fully grown shards erupt out of the embedded enemy, dealing 2 times damage and impaling them on the spot. So I think that one's pretty good. So I decided to go with that one. As for mods, we have all this. Of course, we only have the only stance mod there is. And I decided to go with a viral plus shocking build because I am using melee influence for the first time. So obviously this thing's going to be a beast. But melee influence is pretty cool. And then we have condition overload for the extra bit of damage, along with organ shatter for critical damage, and then galvanized steel for critical chance. On top of that, we have the attack speed from Prime Fury and Blood Rush with more critical chance. To me, I think this works really damn well, especially if I only use my Caliban. Because, okay, I keep on pressing the wrong one. Because my Caliban can have Arcane Fury, which will give me even more melee damage to melee weapons on top of that. So that could just be even way better and stuff like that. And I know we recently just got Valkyr Prime for free, and I especially got her, so I could definitely try that, and I am working on a build for that. But for now, we're checking out the Thalys. So right now, this is what it does in its normal form. It's nothing too special, but it does eventually get all these guys, and it's not killing as fast as I would have wanted, but it's killing pretty darn fast nonetheless. Compared to my Colossus anyway, which is, yeah, not the best, but this thing is at least killing. And these guys are level 135 Steel Path, and yeah, so I Incarnon it, and we'll check out it as an Incarnon. And I realize I can go up to 140 now, so I'll do that. And with an Incarnon now, we're going to retry this, and they should die a lot faster, as long as I just keep on whacking them. Yeah, and there we go. Yeah, they just freaking went down so fast. So, yeah, that's the crazy thing. That is pretty damn crazy. Now, if I take off my companion, because I just want to take that off for a second. So if I take off my companion, and now we're going to kind of do, it's not necessarily min-maxing, but we can kind of do a little bit of min-maxing. So if I do the Epitaph Prime, and then I start doing this, it's not in its Incarnon form yet, I don't think, but we push it to the Incarnon form, this thing does do a lot better. And with that not being in Incarnon form, that was already really damn powerful. So we'll try it in Incarnate form now, where they should all die now, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, they pretty much all die as well. Okay, maybe that one didn't want to die, but now it's dead. But on top of that, to make it even more insane, we could just do this, which this will already, like, just weaken them a little bit more, allowing for the status effects to do even more damage, killing them just as fast, kind of. So that works too. And then we can also armor strip them to make this lastly incredibly powerful, dealing a lot more damage per hit. Yeah, it actually wiped them out a lot faster than normal. But since I still have some Incarnon left in me, I'm gonna combine the few of them. So do that, and there we go. And they should just die after one sweep around, right? You guys should die just because of status effect too. Like, I don't even have to keep hitting them, but since it's a melee, I would probably keep hitting them. So that's for the most part my Thalys build. It's nothing too crazy compared to some things I've seen, but this thing is really damn powerful for what I'm definitely using it for. So let's go check it out in a mission. Okay, so I'm on Steel Path, and we have this survival. It's a Scaldra survival, and I think Scaldra are just kind of annoying, but it's fine because this should work just how I want it to. Okay, so let's speed to some enemies to see what we can do here. The goal is just to keep meleeing, keep my minions up. Let's get to Incarnon as soon as possible. Now, what I like doing when I'm doing this, because sometimes meleeing is kind of just a mindless thing to do. You just hold down one button, run around, and call it good. I like paying attention to the damage numbers, though, because I like seeing how high I could get. Because I have gotten this to 8 million before. We just need to kind of, you know, get to that point. It doesn't help that we're doing a Scaldra mission, which they kind of like to be spread out sometimes. And it doesn't also help that we're doing a Hell Scrub, which I'm going to have to focus on that crap. But this seems like a fairly decent area, so it looks like everyone will keep spawning. So I'm going to see how high of damage we can get. How high of damage can we get? I'm also going to be calling all of my abilities to be helping and all of that junk. I'm sure there's way better ways of well, that's kind of stupid of me, but I'm sure there's better ways of getting this thing to be really overpowered. That kind of took away my what's it called, Incarnons. That kind of sucks, but we'll do that again. I didn't hit a 1, but it's fine, and I didn't get an Incarnon because I'm dumb. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. That's a little embarrassing. Okay, now we will do that. And see, I just got 3 million. I just saw a 3 million damage number there, and that was really, it's really nice to see those. It is really nice to see those high damage numbers. Now, I don't have my melee influence all the way up, and I'm sure that would probably help a lot more if I could get that all the way up. But I don't think it's that big of a boost, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And if I didn't forget to put my what's called companion on, that would be helping too by giving some of these guys viral, and it would really screw up their day. But what I also like doing is I like building up my combo, and then I like finding an enemy and seeing how much damage I can do with my heavy attack. So we are gonna do that once I'm somewhat safe enough to do that, since we are max combo. Where's an Xmas guy? I would not mind an Xmas guy for this. Okay, okay, Xmas, okay. So I'll do that, and then we'll do that, and bam. Okay, that wasn't actually as much as I thought it would be. But I've had it hit a lot higher, so it's probably because of I didn't have many stats effects or something. I'm not sure, but we're just gonna blame it on the stats effects because yeah. And ow, that's embarrassing. I just want to point out the Thalys has nothing to do with me dying so much. It all has my skill and inability to actually be good at the game. So just keep that in mind. I totally forgot this was a bounty and that I have to also destroy, what is it? I have to destroy vehicles. So I guess do I work on that now? I guess so. And then it's also way better in hordes like this if I could actually survive. But hordes like this really just make it even better. So doing this in Steel Path and having all of those extra enemy spawns and things like that is really what makes this thing shine. Now this obviously does do well in non-Steel Path. This is better than well, since obviously it's handling Steel Path with no problem at all. Now of course I haven't tried this in Deep Archimedia or anything, but I would assume it's just as well. Oh, this is actually a good test. This is a great test. Let's get you and yeet. This thing pretty much just destroys by out. Like I said, it's my inability to be good at the game. I could have easily killed him if I didn't die, but yeah. You can just kind of see the power when it comes to that, and it just feels, it does feel extremely nice to be doing this as well. Just seeing all the bodies drop because of the melee influence and because of a melee weapon. Which usually I'd expect this kind of damage from my Nautaruk, as I will show right here. Wait, wait. No, no. There we go. There's the damage. You just need to start ramping up kills first. Now, I'm sure there might be other arcanes that could work with this type of build. I'm sure maybe melee duplicate could be decent. I'm not too sure. I haven't done too much experimenting because I built this in mind with melee influence. But yeah, we'll just have to see what other builds I could eventually come in mind or whatever. I just need to find out how to get out here now. All right, and that mission's done. So now I'll just go back to the Simulacrum and we'll wrap this up one last time. Kind of. One last time? Well, it's definitely not the last time. Whatever. And you know, now that I thought of it, I should just probably slap on melee duplicate just to see if that does just as well, which I don't think it would, but we'll throw it on wherever it is. I don't have the best melee duplicate either, but still. All right, so we'll try it out. Go ahead and do this, and then Incarnon, and bam. And we just need to see if this kills them as fast, which is definitely not. It's definitely not. No. So yeah, this has to be melee influence. Definitely has to be melee influence, but it's fine. I mean, they're still dying. They're still dying, kind of. Yeah. So yeah, this is probably my first of, I'm sure, at least a few more melee influence builds until it gets nerfed like people think it should. And I'm neither one to agree nor disagree because I am yet a not a pro player, I guess. So that being said, this was the Thalys with my melee influence crap, and it's kind of just overpowered. And yeah, definitely this could help me throughout my Steel Path adventures, even though I already have 3 great weapons. So yeah, maybe I'll have to build other weapons. Maybe, well, I know for sure I'm going to build Valkyr to see if I can make this thing even more overpowered. So I guess we'll see. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe like, maybe subscribe. I don't really give a crap. And yeah, with that being said, maybe join the Discord. I don't really give a crap. And I'll see you in the next video.